Hello everyone and welcome to part 7.5 of my Pokemon DS hacking tutorials, where at the end of part 7 I said that I did not know how to point Pokemon icons to look at different palettes between the three that Narc gives you to work with. However, since then, Cukes in the Discord server has adamantly pushed me to get over my fear of hex editing, because I thought it was really complicated and scary, and it turned out, at least for this one, that it wasn't too bad to learn from. So I want to pass on this as an introduction to you guys onto what hex editing is like, and also so that you can edit icons more creatively. Alright, so to begin this, you have to open up our friend Tink, where we will go and locate our ROM, which is hiding here. And I've noticed that any DS game, Gen 4 or Gen 5, always have the file we need in the FTC folder all the way down, and it's called ARM9, which will extract whole and put on the desktop right there. Boom. Love it. Okay. Now, guess I'm going to minimize this for now. Get out of the way. And now you need a hex editor. It can be different ones, but the one that I learned with was one called HXD, which, in the tools Dropbox, is mentioned here. And now includes a link to their website and also a copy of the install file that I personally used in case you want to use the exact version that I have in the video. But if you can go to the website, just open up where we can go to their download page for the newest version from this year, even. Nice, Windows 10. And then for me, it was the English here, and you want the download per HTTP. FTP is the same file, but it's a little more complicated to get. You can just use the FTP one. Or if you know German, boom, 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 right there as well. But that should be it. And then you just go through the usual, get the install file, run it, and then you'll get this icon to get this program here. And all you have to do, well, if you have it like this, then you can either use file open or just and here we have hexadecimal code. But like I said, not as scary as I originally thought. Really, it's a matter of knowing which of these pair characters point to what's in the game. So, what I have learned is that if you're looking for the Pokemon Party icons, in Gen 4 you have to look for one of these full lines to have these exact numbers. Or in Gen 5, you want to look for these exact numbers. The Gen 5 uses slightly different hex coding. And what you can do, well, supposedly what you're supposed to be able to do is take this, just copy it, booty, do a find, make sure that you are on the hex values, and paste it. Forward, hit OK. But it tells me it doesn't find it. I don't know why. Because, because at some point it put a question mark in it. Wait a minute. What? Wait. Get out of here. Get out of here, Notepad. Is that what you were yelling about me before with those characters? Alright, so what if I get rid of that? Hit OK. Ah. Now I found it. Weird. Well, also what I have found is a different workaround if you don't find this like that is if you go into the find and then you shorten it like by half, it'll find it as well. That's actually the first time that's worked for me. Of course it does that in one of the recordings for the videos. But in any case, as long as you can find the line that has the exact number 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, yep, all the way across. So this is the start of the numbers that correspond to the Pokemon icons. And it's actually really simple to grasp from there because what those numbers correlate to, boom, so they correspond to 0, 0, 0, 1, or 0, 2, which is the pallets here. So we have 0, 1, and 2. Now, I still do not recommend ever changing the colors in these palettes because it's shared among all icons. But what we're going to do here is change which icons point to which palette so you can pick one that better fits what you're going for. Still not perfect, but at least a more fluid way of doing it. Alright, so now that I have this double clicked, I can view the first one. Well, the first, not RNAN, I need the first RGCN. That's 7. Okay, and this guy is actually a null character. So I change that to 32, like that. But he is technically the first value here. Because if you go to the second one, because right now he's at 0. This is harder to tell, but he's supposed to use a 0 palette. But if you go to the next one, which is Bulbasaur, 32, and you click to where he looks correct, that is number 1. And that matches the second number here. And so it goes on, so it's Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur. I don't remember. So yeah, and then it should be Charmeleon. But anyway, so these going forward, each of these is a Pokemon. Where it's null, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the first 15. And the next line. So all these numbers represent one icon and which palette they point to. So as an example, Plexi and the server want to be able to change Farfetch'd, who in my notes say that's the 83rd Pokemon in the National Pokedex. Now we could count out to where he is, but instead I'm going to use math. I never thought I'd use this outside of high school, but what I'll do is bring up the calculator. So, it is Pokemon 83. But technically, because there's a null file ahead of it, it's actually 84. And what we need to know is that each line should be 16 Pokemon. First one including the null. So we can divide this by 16. And the first whole number is 5. So it's 5 rows down. So 16 times 5 is 80, minus 84, which is the one we determined that he is. So 4 over. I mean, you could have mentioned that out, but I wanted to show you the pattern in case you have a more complicated one. But anyway, so that means that he is 5 rows down, and then to be 80. So he's set technically 6. Because if we go, so we start here, this is 16. And then come down 5. This is number 80. So 81, 82, 83, 84. So this is the number that we believe points to Farfetch. And we can confirm that. Okay, I made it. So Farfetch is icon 90. These are all in order. I'm just making notes to make this quick for you guys. So you can scroll down and find them as you want. Okay, so then 32, which I think is actually 64. There we go. And there he is. And if we change it to 1, that matches. So that helps prove that we have the correct one. Here, okay. Lost it for a sec. There we are. So that is our guy. And now that we know that this little bit right there points to Farfetch'd over there, we can now pick if we wanted to use 0, 1, or 2. Depending on which palette you thought was best when you view them. 0, 1, or 2. Okay. So looking at that, I don't really have a specific change I want to make, so I'm just going to show you that it does change. I'm going to change this little bit right here to 0, 0. And where it will turn red, but that's not saying that it's bad, it's saying that it's a difference. So you can just come up here, save it, it'll turn good, and this will show up, but now you've edited this one. That's just the backup, I think, that it automatically makes for you. So it's now in here. Okay, so where you guys come on down, and we come down to FTC. highlight this one. We use change file to import the ARM9 we just edited, which is this one, not that one. I don't know why that guy is considered confuse you. So, very good. We'll come back up to our friend 90. And we view him with 32 and 64. So now if I viewed Farfetch'd in this game, he should look like that. So I'll save a ROM, and I'm going to save it over a test file I made ready to go. Okay. So then I can open it. Like so. It should be the most recent guy I had. Okay. Boot it in real fast. That's fine. Go in. Okay. So then I can come here, slow things down. And there he is. And he looks exactly as he does in there. So changing that little bit in the ARM9 is all you need to do to change what palette it is. And now if I wanted to make a purple Pokemon or whatever colors from that 0 palette, I can do it. So long story short, hex editing is not as scary as I thought it was going in. Like, I was adamantly against it when trying to figure out what I wanted to edit from our stream series. So now that I've learned better, I hope you guys can do it now as well as you wish. And that's really about it. There are other things that the ARM9 file also points to. It points to like the Pokemon themselves, their Pokédex entries, and there are lots of tutorials around the internet on how to edit them so you can make different changes as well. So do a search on the ARM9 file and you may be able to find different things if you're interested in changing more than just the icon. Alright, that's about it for today, so I'm going to wish you a good day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye, everybody!